Welcome to Pydle 50. So we've been doing this for 50 days already. I hope you've been enjoying it so far. I certainly have. Pydle is a daily puzzle you need to solve by writing Python code. It shouldn't take you very long, like 5 to 10 minutes. But it's a fun way if you're new to Pydle to learn Python, or if you're an experienced programmer just to kind of solve a puzzle. Today's Pydle is a very trivial integral, so 1 dx from 0 to pi, and the uh, the result for that is actually pi. But that doesn't matter. It's about filling in the pixels and the characters in hopefully the most efficient way. So if you haven't played Pydle before, I'm going to solve yesterday's Pydle to give you a flavor, or if you manage to solve it, you just enjoy watching kind of pixels filled in, just continue watching. Now this is a symmetrical symbol around the y-axis, so we're going to try and solve that with two loops, but first of all let's fill in the white pixels. Okay, and this is, if you've watched me a few times, you'll notice this is quite a familiar loop. I'm not really going to try and solve this in as few lines as possible. I'm just going to kind of make it kind of clear. Okay, so that's the background. Okay, so I said we're going to use two loops. So first loop is for I in range. Because it's symmetrical, we're going to do -1, comma 1. That does not need to be range. So you can either use a list or a tuple. Just to mix things up a little bit, I'm going to use a tuple now. So that creates a tuple, which is basically an immutable list. So normally we basically did a list, but you can just as well use a tuple. So this, we're going to use this to kind of do left and right. And how we're going to solve this, we're going to look for groups of 2 pixels. So using imagination, you're going to use a 1, 2 pixel, but then you're going to override that one again, 1, 2. There are 2 pixels, there are 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, so our second loop is going to be for j in range 2. Okay, so that's going to be our 2 pixels. So we just going to do from top to bottom, we're going to fill in those pairs of pixels in red. Okay, so this one's around the center, which is 2. Then you're going to do plus I is going to be the direction left or right. And we're always going to multiply I by something. In this case, it's j. So it needs to increase those 2 pixels, 0, 1, and in this case, it's going to be 0 and -1 around the center, but we added 2 to that, so it's going to be yeah, you can work it out. And that's on y0 is the top row, no character. Okay, just did that for us. We're gonna do quite a few of these. So this one's gonna be these kind of the side pixels. So we're gonna do Pydle. In this case, x should not vary with j, but it should vary with I. So around the center we've got 2 plus I times 2. So you can work that out. If I is minus 1, that's going to be 0, so it's going to be that side. And if I is plus 1, that's going to be 4. It's going to be those ones. And then y just needs to be j plus 1. Okay, so that slowly filling in our little symbol. Next one is going to be just offset by 1, so it's going to be this pair of these 2 pixels. Might as well just copy that one because it's going to be very similar. Okay, so it's still going to be 2, so from the center, but in this case it only needs to be offset by 1, so it's going to be I, basically just I. You don't need to do I times 1, so it's going to be I. And then the j needs to be 2. It's starting from there, which is the center, which is index 2. It's going to go 2, 3. And just to see that's correct. Okay, and the last one, we need to vary the x by j and I. So I is going to swap the direction for the mirror. So what we need to do here is Pydle, do 2 plus, because we symmetrical around that axis, which is 2, plus we need to times I to give us the left and right. And in this case, we're going to need j plus 1, because it's basically offset by 1, so we need to do j plus 1, and then it's going to fill in those pixels. And the y is going to be 4, so it's fixed. Okay, just if you're not quite sure why it's j plus 1, so if it was just times j, it would have filled in that pixel and that pixel. So we need to offset it by 1. So it's those 2 pixels and those 2 pixels. Okay, and that solves our Pydle. Hopefully you were able to solve that. If you want to click along, just go and do this Pydle yourself. You can go back, just click on the left arrow, then have a go at solving Pydle 50, and I'll see you tomorrow for the solution.